Hi there, everybody. Before we begin with the intro with my new guest, Josh, this week, I've changed things since recording this. This is now going to be not a 5-part, but a 10-part. I'm chopping it up into 10 parts over 2 weeks. So, the intro is going to be as normal, but this is part 1 of 10. Okay, guys, it's going to be over 2 weeks long. There's reasons, and obviously you'll probably know the reasons why by now, but I'm that far ahead of schedule. I can't go back and create more work because I have a full-time job and it's back to school. Anyway, this is part 1 of 10. Here's the intro with me. Hi there, everybody. Welcome back to Leading Our Own Way. I have another amazing guest. I'm so excited where the podcast is going. It's growing every week. It's all down to you. Thank you. And through the podcast growing, I'm able to continue to get amazing people who are sharing their journeys. I'm reaching to people all over the world, and they're coming to me, and it's just amazing. And it's nearly a year since I started filming. I'm so excited. If you had asked me a year ago where this was going, it's just, I would never have imagined, one, it'd still be here, and two, just the incredible people that I've met along the way. It's been amazing. So thank you, guys. But today's guest is Josh. Mr. Josh Robinson. We have a connection through a former guest of mine, Ryan Betson. Please go and watch back in that as well. It's just incredible. They met, and Josh reached out, and we created a journey together. It was amazing. But his journey, he shares a story that's honest. It's heartfelt, and it's just deeply, deeply relatable. And I know you're all going to be able to relate to it. Josh opens up about growing up in a challenging family environment, the emotional toll of his parents' divorce, and the emotional toll, the struggles that come alongside of that. Other things like emotional eating as well as affected him along his journey. He talks about facing relentless bullying, online hate, and the courage it took to come out and truly embrace who he is. Josh's journey, though, it doesn't just stop at the struggles. He shares how he feels and how he found ways to heal, processing grief after losing his grandfather, finding clarity in small daily habits, and learning about, just learning to accept himself and the flaws and just everything that goes along with that. This conversation is raw like all the others. It's inspiring like all the others, and full of those moments that, just make you reflect on your own journey. If you've ever felt the weight of the world on your shoulders, Josh's story will definitely remind you that resilience is within reach, So stick around, because this one episode, you just don't want to miss it. It's just a normal guy being vulnerable, and I just hope me and Josh have created that space for you guys to feel that too. And whatever situation you're in and you're listening, that you can do it. You've got a choice, and we can do it. And we'll do it together, guys. So we'll be right back with Josh after the trailer. Welcome to Leading Our Own Way. I'm your host, Andrew White, and this is the podcast that unveils captivating narratives of resilience and personal triumph. This podcast is for anyone seeking inspiration and insights on overcoming life's challenges. Follow and subscribe, and then we can lead together forever. Josh Robinson, welcome to Leading Our Own Way. He's here. He's finally here. How are you, brother?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for having me on.
You're looking dapper. You're looking good, mate.
Am I?
Of course, always.
It's pretty
always
natural. Haha.
Josh, all the way from Adelaide, thank you for joining me. You're not many people know this around the world, but they usually base it off hours. But Adelaide is half an hour, 30 minutes behind Melbourne. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. We're a weird entity that way.
So for those who don't believe it's all based on hours, yeah, you're wrong. It's minutes too.
Mm-hmm. I know it's odd because doing what I do, I talk to a lot of people from all around the world, and people are like, "Are you sure that's the time?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what the time that I'm in is in." But yes, we are in the half hour. Yeah, we're in the half hour. It's very odd. Australia's an odd country like that. I don't really understand daylight savings. I'm not gonna go on that rabbit hole, but I don't really understand it. Like, why is it a thing? But like, because some places in this country experience daylight savings, but some don't. So it's weird. But yeah, half hour difference.
Yeah.
It's odd.
Yeah, well, thanks for joining me, my friend. I really appreciate you joining me got my words muddled up. Thanks for joining me on my journey. You were a connection through one of my former guests, Ryan Betson. Just quickly to those who did listen to Ryan, why should they go and check Ryan's episode out? You will be a good judge of this. Why should they go to Ryan, and why the connection?
Well, first off, me and Ryan have known each other just through being friends online, which some people are like, how can you be friends with someone and be close to someone online? It's like, I don't know, it's just the modern world that we live in. But I don't really remember how long we've known each other online. You're just in that circle and you're just kind of like, cool. Yeah. We both like professional wrestling. So we just kind of talk to each other through that. And then, things spiral from there. But I didn't even know Ryan is I've never met anyone like Ryan. He's he's been through obviously a lot in his life, but I don't know, his perspective on life is, you don't really meet a lot of people that think like him. His brain is just wired in a way that's very, I don't know, it's just a unique way. And I mean that in the best way possible. But yeah, he's just a very different kind of person. It's kind of the person you want to be in life, but you don't really know how to be. But he's just, his brain just works in a way that is so fascinating to me.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I really had a good chat, and if anything's going to be the same, similar to his journey, he brought out a lot of humour in the episode, and I laughed a lot, and I'm sure the viewers did too. But yeah, so with us then, why are we here today, Josh? Why do you think we've come together?
I don't know. I hate this cliche, but I always say it. It's the most cliche thing ever. But everything happens for a reason. That's true. You just cross paths with people, and I think just things lead. I don't know. It's just things just lead you to certain situations or people or places or whatever in your life. Especially as I'm recording this after I've aged another year, another 365 days around the sun.
It was your birthday yesterday.
Monday was my birthday, so
the time is going fast. I texted you Monday and said happy birthday, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. But yeah, as I approach the ripe old age of 30 next year, but I don't know. When it's weird though, because like I always thought when I was 20, 30 seemed like a death sentence. I was like, what the hell? I'm 30. But like as you approach it, things just aren't. You act just differently when you're getting closer to that age. And I don't know, something just changes from your early 20s, and all of a sudden you're just like, oh, wait a minute, like 8 o'clock is a good time to go to bed. It's just, things just spiral from there though. You know what I mean? Like you just have a different outlook. I know you still got a lot of life to live. Everyone tells me life begins when you're 30, but like it's just, I don't know, it's just you have a different outlook on life. At least I do, I'll speak for myself, but I don't know. Yeah. So as I approach that age, it's just like, I just think, I probably wouldn't be open to an experience like this with really, at all intensive purposes, a stranger. I wouldn't be, I've always been outgoing and I've never really been shy or anything like that. But like being very open about personal life has never really been my forte. At least when I was a lot younger, I'd be like, no, that's no one's business. But I just have a different, I don't know, perspective or outlook on things.
So your age has allowed you to have this conversation today?
I guess. I don't know. I think I just use age as an excuse. It's probably just my brain just maturing, or me just maturing as a person, just to be like, all right, I can actually talk about this stuff. Like, but yeah, like I think I've always tried to present myself, especially, we'll get into all of my stuff that I do, but like, especially as just a person that likes to live on the internet, for better or for worse. I think I've always tried to put out a version of myself that I think I want myself to present, and just kind of burying the stuff that I don't necessarily want out in the world. But I guess it's just all pieces of the puzzle, really. It's just all that, there's a reason funny people are clouded in.
Well, your fans, your viewers are going to get to know the real Josh today.
We'll see.
Yes, they definitely will, and if they don't, I'll pull it out of you, mate.
Yeah.
Speaking of ages, well, this will be out next year, but I'm 41 on Sunday, 1st of December. So be careful about talking about ages there. Okay, so
okay, I'll shut my mouth. that make us
You're
both?
thinking,
Do I do I do the star sign thing? Does that make us both Sagittarians, or are you a?
No, I am Sagittarius, yeah.
Oh, look at that. I don't know anything about. I think astrology is a bit wild. Because I don't know if I believe it or if I'm actually like the biggest supporter of it in the world. But
He's saying that with stars spinning in his background.
literally, like, look at me. But as a Sagittarian, I have to have that kind of stuff. I don't even know what it means. This is what I mean about star signs. Oh God, I'm on a tangent already. This is what I mean about star signs. Someone's like, "Oh, I could tell you're a Sagittarian." I'm like, I don't think you could just because I ate a piece of cheese. You know what I mean? Like, that's the deal. But then sometimes I look at it and I'm like, yes, I am going to find the love of my life at this very moment. Thank you, newspaper, for my star reading. What do you call it? Horoscope. There's the word.
Yeah, horoscope.
Whatever.
I think people would have just had to turn the volume down in their car if they listened to this because of my big laugh then, Josh.
Get used to it.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, a quick statement before we get into your journey, but with the age thing, when I hit 40, I felt actually a lot younger than I did 38 and 39 because I was a good way to look at it is you're at the end of the decade, so you feel kind of old, but then when you hit the new decade, you feel the youngest of the decade. So it's weird how my mind shifted. I was not dreading. I didn't really care, but I did think, oh God, I'm 40. I'm fucking 40.
It's almost the anticipation of it, I think, is worse than the actually.
That's right.
When you get to it. But what do I know?
Like
I'm
going
29.
on stage, and then when you're on stage, you're all good, if you're used to that sort of thing. So, well, Josh, with you then, if you could put your journey story into a couple of words without going into any deep detail at this point in time of the episode, what is your journey? Why we're here? And give us a brief view of what we're going to be talking about today.
It's hard to sum up, but I can swear on here, can't I?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Okay, good. What the fuck? That's what I would say is my journey. Because just like, seriously, I don't think when I was a little boy, like, what's my life going to be like? I'd be sitting here today being like, that's exactly how I thought it was going to go. Because honestly, it's just like, I guess that's another cliche thing to say. But it is. It's just very much like, what the fuck? Why has this all happened?
Yeah. No, it's good, mate. It's going to be good, and a lot of people will be able to definitely take a lot away from you today. It's definitely something when we had our pre-chat, it's something I thought about a lot, and but you're going to be doing it, very similar to Ryan in a very humorous way, and people can take it away and take it lightly as well. Take it away with a lot of weight off their shoulders. Probably the best way to say it. Okay, so. Being a cliche, I actually do want it to be a cliche of the podcast. How are you leading your own way today then, Josh?
By being 100% myself. I think that's always something I struggled with, is because I always feared what everybody else was going to try and put me in statistically, categorically. I just wasn't, I was always like trying to almost... I think the way I lead my way is not trying to please everybody all of the time. Sometimes people don't like you. That's just life. And I always had a really hard time with that. So I just think being myself and just kind of being unapologetically myself is the best way that I can just go through the days.
Have you been guilty of always pleasing other people?
Oh my God. It used to be my top priority. And it used to be spare my own feelings to make sure that someone else is happy in the situation, but then just burying myself all the way down the list. So I always was just kind of like that person that was just kind of like, okay, as long as they're happy, we'll deal with my bullshit later. And sometimes life is about being selfish. In some situations, I'm not saying all the time, but in some situations you have to put yourself first, and that sometimes pisses people off. So I just think the amount of times that I've tried to spare feelings or put someone else in front of me just to make the situation go away, or just to make sure that they're kind of taken care of, and then dealing with my own crap later not so much now, but it used to be a very big thing of me.
I mean, is it being selfish, or is it just being kind to yourself on a few occasions,
I guess it depends on who you ask. If you ask the other person, they could think I'm being the most selfish prick available. but if you ask me, I'm just trying to keep my bubble from not bursting, really.
Yeah. So for anyone who's listening who feels like they still do that, they currently, constantly pleasing each other, and they're chronic stress might be kicking in, or they're not sleeping at night because of it for whatever reason, whether it's work related, whether it's personal relationships, and so on. What example can you share with us? I know we probably will go down it, but just a bit of a taste of like, what can you think of any examples that you would have done back in the day that you don't do now?
An example, it's hard to kind of pinpoint something. I guess more so like, I don't know, even if it's just something so little, like, a bunch of friends are sitting down to watch a movie, and I really do wanted to watch this movie. We're in my house, we're doing all the things. I invited them over. I would still let them just be like, watch whatever you want, even for the detriment of my own enjoyment, because, I think the biggest thing was I didn't want any confrontation. I was frightened as shit of it. Now I'm just kind of like, I'll call you out on your bullshit. I don't care. But yeah, just little things like that. It doesn't have to be something so extreme, but just like, that's just a little example of something that I used to do just to keep the room calm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm glad you went with that as a basic, simple example, because most people give the big ones, and most people I think who would listen to it go, well, that doesn't happen to me, so I can't relate to it. But when you go with the little thing, incidental things that happens frequently in your apartment, in your house, or whatever, I would take I'd take that back to the days that I used to go to my mates' apartments. I remember sitting there with some of my good friends, still very good friends today, and there's no issues there whatsoever. But they'd be playing on computer games that I have no interest in. And I didn't speak up going, can we get off that game now because I'm bored? I'd just sit there because I suppose I just enjoyed their company and wanted to talk. But I didn't want to play that particular. I probably would have played FIFA, but I didn't care for the gun games so much. I just never grew up with that. For me, that wasn't me really. Having said that, primary school I did probably play on like Duke Nukem and stuff like that. Doom.
Oh my god, that was stuff when I was like Bubba Josh. My older brother would play.
I'm 10 years older than you.
My older brother would play stuff like that, and I'd just watch and be like, "Can I play?" He'd be like, "No." I'm like, "Oh shit, sorry." You can watch, and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Well, you're on a few adventures now. What are you doing? What are you doing with yourself, Josh? Join us tomorrow to hear more from today's incredible guests and learn valuable insights to help you lead your own way. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you then.